It was a dark and stormy night. We dropped off our cargo at port and picked up 488 tons of iron ore and set out. It was against my better judgment, as the hold had already taken water. The lust of wealth and a job finished clouded my mind. A fierce gale overtook us off Grand Marais, ripping across the water like a demon. Merciless and cold, she pounded against the Bermuda like an icy hammer. It wasn't long before the hold was cracked and began to leak incessantly. 3 of the crew were unable to escape. Down to the bottom they went, entombed in the frigid waters of Lake Superior.
We are the Farrells: John, Sarah, Emma, Matthew, Ellie, Alyssa, and Brooke. We sold our stuff and left our home to travel and see the world. And these are our million adventures. So we are in Munising, Michigan this morning, and right on Lake Superior. We're going to go on a glass bottom boat tour. Should be cool. There's everybody lining up already. Alright, let's go do it. Guys all ready?
The Great Lakes are 5 huge freshwater lakes located between the US and Canada and are full of natural wonder and beauty. They've been important in trade and shipping for centuries, and boats have crossed their waters since as early as the 17th century. Thousands of ships have been sunk on the Great Lakes, and many of their wrecks have never been found. Our boat tour took us to 2 different shipwrecks, both that met similar fates, due to terrible storms on Lake Superior. The first was the Bermuda, a 150-foot wooden schooner that sunk in 1870. Although the animation at the beginning of this video was a bit dramatized, the story of how the Bermuda sank was true. Overtaken by a gale on October 14th off Grand Marais, the pounding waves of the furious lake caused the ship to start to leak, and despite bringing it into shelter in Munising Bay, the ship sank, dragging everyone aboard down with it. At the last moment, the pressure of the water caused the cabin deck to burst open and allowed all but 3 of the ship's crew to escape with their lives. The Bermuda is a popular scuba diving site because the wreck sits in such shallow and calm water. Looking down from the surface, you can still see the holes where its masts used to be. The deck of the ship sits only 10 feet below the surface. The second shipwreck we visited was the Herman H. Hetler, a steam barge that wrecked on a rock reef just off Trout Point on Grand Island. The Hetler was carrying 1,100 tons of table salt and had been seeking shelter from a fall gale when a compass error caused the wreck. The impact was so violent that the Hetler got stuck on the rocks, and the waves working it against the reef began to tear the ship apart. The crew luckily were all able to make it to Munising the next day using their lifeboats. The ship, however, was not so lucky. What was left of the ship after being ravaged on the rocks was eventually blown up with dynamite by the Coast Guard because it posed a navigational hazard. Today, the Hetler's remains are scattered over half a mile of lake bottom.
So we only visited 2 shipwrecks on our boat tour, but the Great Lakes has literally thousands of shipwrecks all over. It's kind of amazing to think of all the stories that can be told from these shipwrecks and the history that's in this place. When we first came to the Upper Peninsula, we had no idea that it was full of so much to do, so much to see, and so much to learn. We definitely recommend a visit if you ever have a chance.
I've been up, I've been down. own senses. Oh, I didn't know what I was doing wrong. All the things I'd going on. I didn't know it could be that strong. Just let it go and carry on.
Alright, well, that's it for this adventure. If you had fun, if you liked this video, give us a thumbs up. We'd appreciate it. And if you want to see more adventures, consider subscribing. We'd love to have you along. Alright, we'll see you on the next one.
I didn't know what I was
Are we there yet?
all the things I'd going on.